So I don't understand the part of us that reincarnates, the ego or the personality, the part of us that reincarnates. Where the soul is still in heaven, isn't it? And I guess I don't understand.
It depends. The soul can also be in hell.
Okay. Yeah, so the ego, the personality just controls where the soul goes. It makes a mistake and the soul just has to go along sort of as a prisoner, or does the soul make some decisions there?
Okay. If the soul is stronger, if you have access to the higher level of the soul, the soul in different levels, it's a continuation of soul. It's not like the soul just sitting somewhere. Yes. So this soul can be accessed to, if the mind wants it. But the mind is always going between. Don't let you access to your higher self. So if you practice Kuan Yin method, then even though your personality is still almost the same, your ego probably get less, and the mind will be more subdued, and then the soul can be connected together from different levels, not like choppy from the fifth and then chop and then the fourth and chop and no connection, no whole soul. Okay.
So what if the ego chooses to do something really, really bad and the soul has to go down into hell?
Yeah.
It's just, the soul is just stuck by the choices of the ego?
The soul have to, you connect it with the body, so it has to bear consequences. That means the master of the house has no control over the household and has to bear the consequence. You see? Yeah.
So how does it ever come to the point where the ego says, I'm going to start doing practice?
The ego won't ever do that. Yeah. You just have to practice more and then learn from experience or from sheer willpower or spiritual power to subdue it, the ego. Then the cell will be gone. The physical cell or the ego cell, we just have no more room to exist in your life. And then the soul will take more control and make better decision, and then better all the time.
So just regular people, not disciples, does their soul influence anything, or is the soul just caught by whatever the ego does?
No, the soul tries to influence all the time. It's just the ego or the habits is, and the mind listen to the ego and the habit. And the soul sometimes have to get out of the body in order to rest from this struggle. That's why you sleep, you're tired. Yeah? If you practice meditation, then it get better all the time. The ego don't always get better with spiritual practice alone. It has to sometimes be trimmed by worldly disaster, a personal disaster and trouble, and by other people, or some unpleasant event, and then you get more humble. That means ego less and less, okay? Therefore, welcome trouble and disaster with open arms. These are the sharp knives to cut off. Yeah, I'm glad that I could go back, as far as possible home. Yeah, I visited home one time. But the rest, I just go back down again and then come up and up and up, okay? Because home is not the place where I should be right now, understand? Because if I be there too long, I won't come back. I won't come back. It will be difficult to come back, because when you're in that state, you know nothing anymore. Yes, you let everything be. Understand that? So you have to go lower and lower in order to experience human suffering and to understand the state of humans' mind and heart and body and emotion and passion. Understand why they suffer, why they have to be like this, like that, and why they do things that is not even in their nature to do, etc., etc. You have to know everything. In order to know that, you can't be at home. Okay? Even at fifth level, you know nothing about human suffering anymore. You know nothing. Only when the lower gods report it to you by level, okay? Like the astral report to the second level, yeah? And the second level report to the third level, but they can contact, between the two levels, it's easier to contact. But for example, the second level cannot contact the fourth level. Yeah, we have fifth level. where you are safe. And the second cannot contact the fourth, can contact the third. Therefore, they do it steps-wise, yeah? If, for example, human beings suffer so much, then in their utmost sincerity and pain, they call out for help. They say they don't want this world anymore. They want nothing anymore to do with this world, even though they're still in here. But they want help, okay? Okay, they want to go home, they want to see God. If there's a God exists, they want to see it. When they're in their utmost sincerity and pain, they call out. Then the astral God have to report to the second God. If the second God cannot do anything, they report to the third God. If the third God is out of their power, then they report to the fourth. And the fourth also cannot do what that person requests. Then they have to report to the fifth level. Then the fifth council, they send one master down, whoever volunteered to go. And whoever have volunteered with those people who are in desperate need of help, okay? Because the four-level God maybe can take you only to the fourth, but then it's not complete. You see what I mean? Not the fifth, not the not the level that person called out for. You see, their soul was crying for. Then has to report to the fifth level. Then the fifth level, we send the master down, yeah? But life after life, there's always some humans or animals calling for desperate help because they have no more energy, no more spiritual power to deal with the complication and the suffering in this world anymore. They're really desperate. They're out of power. Understand me? Then the fifth God have to come down and help. Okay? Yes. That's why I say you are the worst. Okay? You are empty, exhausted. You came down for some reason, one way or another, but you exhausted your power, the treasure power of spiritual merit, of even any power that you have above this world. You're exhausted. You spent it all. You spent it all because even overspent, because this world demands a lot from you. You see? Yes. For every little grain of rice you eat, you have to pay a lot for it. Pay with your precious time, with your family even, not to talk about spiritual marriage yet. Huh? You have no time for your family. Sometimes your marriage is broken because you have no time for each other and you're cranky. Because you spend too much time for work, for improving the physical living standard for your family, and you forget what's important. Or even if you don't forget, you have no time to take care of your family emotionally, and all the, physical or emotional or psychological needs, and then your family fell apart just so that you can have something to eat, something to wear. Not to talk about anything else. Yeah. Of course, some people are lucky, they strike it rich and then they don't have to worry much. But don't think like that. It's just a facade, The higher the people in their society, the more trouble they also have. You see, you hear many stories about rich people who have problems. They are in drug or in alcohol or in addictive things, and then their body go kaput, or their family also torn apart because of their habit. Where do they have this habit? They have money. You see, they have money. That means they can afford more. Faster car and then a quicker accident, or easier to get more women or more men, different one, and then they get sick. The incurable disease nowadays, for example, like that. Or they commit suicide because they cannot deal anymore with all the things that they have but cannot handle. All the things that they could access, but overwhelmingly unmanageable. You see what I mean that? Okay. So everything in this world is a curse for humans. Even wealth, power, they destroy you also. Destroy many people. Destroy their integrity, destroy their dignity, destroy their moral standard and principle of life that they hold dear before. the only power you can rely on is the master power that take you home, okay? Then you're safe, and there you enjoy everything you want to enjoy or not even care about. You have everything you wanted. Then you're safe, okay? And if you want to come back again here, you will not be forever lost. Yeah, you will also understand that you need to seek a master and then learn again and again. For example, you, okay? Because you asked me, I have to answer you, but I never want to claim that I am this and that person. It's very difficult to say that for me.
I know you're not like that.
I'm a little bit embarrassed.
You're very humble, I know that.
How you know I'm humble?
No,
yeah,
I've been following you for 19 years. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah. I want to be with you for affinity. I want to be with you forever.
Oh, of course you will be. Don't worry. Yes. I won't let you go anywhere else. Sometimes I want to scream out loud. All of you should just recite the holy name, meditate as much as you can at home and elsewhere, and just want liberation from all the created world. I mean the shadow created world, the shadow world. That would be the best wish, nothing else you should wish. Sometimes I want to scream out loud and come to each of your house and scream and say, please wake up. Do not be attached to anything in this world, however beautiful, however alluring, however promising. They are the chain that binds you forever in the cycle of transmigration. Look inside. Just look inside. Inside is the real world. Everything outside here that you can see or you want to look or you want to hold on to are not real. Not real at all. The more we are attracted to outside, the more we cannot be in the real world. Yes, because I can see sometimes that the humans, even some of you, so-called initiates, are still very much attached to whatever outside there. Because you do not go inside enough to see the wonder inside. And you just see everything outside. And everything outside is created to make you feel that it's real, that it is all there is. And it's so beautiful and wonderful. Of course, it does look like that. But it is not. And I feel so very sorry for all of you, for everyone, being so bounded here. They are binding you so tightly that you hardly understand. The humans hardly understand where they are and what they're doing. Just like some people who are so engaged in, computer game, internet. I never played, but I saw some people that so engrossed in it that they forgot everything else outside. But that is also another illusion within this illusional world. And sometimes they forget. It feels so real. It feels so real that I heard that somebody even leaned on the table and fell down on the floor. But the table is created by a computer in a game, yeah? Just like when we go see movies. Everything, the big screen in front of us make us so glued to the screen, to the cinema screen, and then we forgot everything else around us, almost. And then we cry with the characters in the film. We hate some of the baddies in the film. And we laugh with some funny scenery in the scene, in the cinema scene.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like that. But this world is bigger than a film. It's bigger than the computer game. And it's more intricate. It's more complex. It's more sophisticatedly made.
That's why it is more real than in the film. And we, the soul, has been captured in the so-called also unreal body, but mistaken it for real. And everything became more real. And whatever you want, it will manifest also. And therefore, so many people want many different things. And the games keep changing, the games keep getting more complicated, more intricate, and more real, with each person's desire come into effect. And we cannot, the humans cannot understand that this is just a game. And that's why I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for everyone on this planet. That's why I'm so sorry for every of sentient beings on this planet. Every little false move, your life is in trouble. Even the biggest criminal or any people who are bad, we call bad on this planet, even the worst one, they just play the wrong game, play the wrong move. Just like in the computer, you have a reward and you have punishment, right, in the game?
Yes, Master.
Is that correct?
Correct, Master.
I imagine so. I have never played any game, but I believe it is so. Sometimes they advertise on TV, like a war game or something like that. And of course, if you make a wrong move, you will lose the war, right?
They often get 3 lives in the games.
3 lives. Okay. Well, we have many lives. You just don't know it. 3 lives, you mean you die and come back again?
Yes, in the games they normally give you 3 lives.
Okay, understand. Now, similarly, in this world, we are given many lives. And again and again and again, we are return to the world, so-called world, to play the same game. Hoping, vowing, wanting to play it right. But we don't always remember how to play it right. And thus, we being punished, being dead or go to hell or whatever is that. Even though it's all fake, but it's real. It's real because your mind cannot differentiate between the real and the unreal. And whatever happened to you, it feels so real, even in hell or in this world or in any wars or any suffering, anything at all. It feels so real because the game is so sophisticated, so highly tech, so that we trapped in the body, we feel everything real. Even the astral body, it still has a body, so that's why it feels real. Only when you jump over to the 4th world, at least past the 3 worlds, then the body is more subtle, so that the negative power cannot catch it and cannot punish or cannot make use of you for their amusement in any way. I feel so sorry for everyone. It's just a game, and they just push maybe the wrong button or make a little wrong move, and they lost. And they get punished, they go to hell or whatever it is. Just all game. And even if you win, so what? You will be also recycled again and again in this world or the next, or became even ghosts, demons, and never get out of that position. Pathetic and pitiful positions, or became again like animals, humans suffering hunger, cold, even not to suffer, birth, old age, and sickness and death. All this pain will plague you life after life. So even if you win, it is a loss in any case. And I feel so sorry, so sorry. There are no words that can express my sorrow for feeling for all beings that is feeling their suffering so much. Just a game, and they just made the wrong move. They done nothing wrong at all, just a wrong move in a game. And this terrible game go on forever. At least for you, my so-called disciples, please be diligent. Just keep looking inside. Don't care for the outside. Maybe you can enjoy or you can look, but don't feel too attached to it. Always remember the real life is inside. You have a real life, real, true life. This life is not yours. Whatever you see outside is not what it is. So please just try to remember. Recite the 5 names. Keep the gift that I give to you more than your life. Treasure it more than your so-called physical life here. And meditate and remember well. Always pray for protection and for improvement in spiritual progress. Walk inside to go home. Walk back home. There's nothing here for you. Even if you like anything here, sooner or later you have to relinquish anyway. So please just do meditate as much as you can, anywhere, anytime you have time. Save any time for gossip, for anything that's unnecessary, just to meditate. 1 minute, 2 minutes, they all count. They all add up. Do not bother about the game that's going on in this illusionary world, in this shadow world. Do you understand me?
We understand you, Master. Yes.
Okay.
Very clearly.
All right. Yeah, very good.
And we
very
thank
good.
you for constantly being there for us as the example so that we have that light to follow.
I hope that's what I can do for you. I hope that's what the influence can have on you. More I cannot.
Master, you are the perfect example for us and the perfect guide, and there is nothing more that we need other than to look towards you every moment and keep pursuing the highest and most noble thoughts and actions.
I'm not sure what kind of example that I made that impresses you, but I just hope that it gives you good influence for your spiritual practice and progress, and continue with your spiritual road, your spiritual path, and that you will improve and reach your home soon.
Of course I am there always for you, but you also should always remember where home is. Look inside, okay? See, then you see everything here. There's nothing, all disappear. Nothing at all really exists. So just remember God, remember liberation, remember that this world is shadow. When you really remember, we just want to go to our true home, liberated from here, that's all. Otherwise you get trapped here forever. Many masters comes and go, and some souls are still reincarnated here and there because they did not listen to the master and being engrossed, being so captured by this illusionary world and suffer all the time. It's not real. It's like a computer game only. And if you make a wrong move, you'll be in trouble. And it's so easy to make a wrong move. So easy because so much distraction, so much temptations, so much things that want to bind you and pull you in the game forever. The computer game, some people say they are so addicted and they cannot kind of stop, but at least they can stop. They stop when they want. They stop when they have to, or when they go to eat, or go to bathroom, or do some of their job, or whatever. But this computer game of the so-called life on earth is so difficult to shut off. So the only way is that going back inside, where the master show you the way to go, and recite the holy name to protect you, and recite the gift to help you to boost more your energy to go up. Okay?
Yes, Master. Thank you so much, Master.
Okay. I wish all of you whatever spiritual wish you have come true, okay? For your liberation.
Thank you.
So
Yesterday, I told you about the 8 ways of purification. Remember? Right here. First you have heard, right? Right here. And but I have to tell you that you don't have to do that all your life. Understand? For example, if we have when before the Buddhas and the Sangha, meaning the monks, eat only once a day. Yes, because you have to go out all morning to beg for food already. Understand? And then come home, have to share. Yeah, and then have to eat, and then so many people. Buddha has like 500,000 or thousands of Sangha at one time, you see? So imagine of the toilet facility, you have to go brush teeth and go to the bathroom and then wash your bowls and clean yourself before you go, you know? And maybe take a little rest to digest first and then have to assemble to meditate and then to hear the Buddha teaching whenever he's ready. Understand me? Yes. So of course, 1 meal a day is also the law of the. Mostly it is the monks. You know, imagine if 3 meals a day, or 2 meals a day like that in the formal time, the toilet or bathroom facility is not so convenient. You see, they don't have a lot of water, and just dig a well or something. Yeah, and normally the Buddha issue that only on certain retreat. Understand me? It's because all the monks and nuns, especially on retreat, when the Buddha's time, they all eat 1 meal a day anyway. Yes, and the Hinayana monks, even though they eat meat, but they eat only once a day. Understand? They go out and bake, whatever they have, they eat. Afternoon, they don't eat more. You know, begin like learning session, meditation session. Understand? Or something else. Otherwise, we all day just cooking, eating. And the monks are not supposed to possess anything. Yeah? So they didn't have pot and pan to cook. Any medicine or anything they need, they can keep only 7 days. And if the medicine need more, then probably have to notify all the assembly that I still need, because maybe the next monk need it. Or the medicine can continue for a while, okay? Therefore, the 8-fold, the 8 purification ways, that's for certain retreat only. But the 5 precepts is always have to keep, yes. And if you, for example, you do a retreat by yourself and you vow to keep 1 meal a day for simplified life or thing like that, yeah? Or if we are here and we eat only once a day, keep that for 1 week, you know, pure, simple, no regret, not trying to sneak into the kitchen, then probably you can wish what you want, you know, like the Buddha said. But it has to be pure, perfectly kept during the vow time, yeah? And you vow to keep it during this retreat, 1 week, 2 weeks, then you have to keep it. Yeah, even everybody else eat around you, you eat once a day. But after you go back home, then it's different, yeah? Yes. I guess the 2 of them take the precepts, but then has to go home, you know, and probably do retreat at home or retreat and come home nearby. And then at home the wife control, you know, didn't let him keep the precept. That is a problem. But he kept some. He kept the other 7, I guess. No? Huh? Therefore, he's born as dragon, have a lot of magical power, can appear as human, can appear as this and that person, yeah? And still can see the king. Imagine if you're a friend of that king before, and if you're not a dragon, how you could ever get into that palace? How you would even remember your past life as his friend? If you go near the gate, the guard already kick you out. And they say, hey, don't loiter around here. So even if he keep 7 precepts, then he has the merit from that. Even though he broke 1. Yeah. So it's not like you have to have this 1 meal a day all your life, okay? Yes. And if you don't want to do, it's okay too. If you vow, then you keep it. Understand? For your own good. Unless you want to be born as a dragon, then welcome. Okay, so now you understand that the eightfold, the eight purification is for certain period of time. Yeah, if they come there to make a retreat with the Sangha for 7 days, for example, then they have to keep the rule, because the Sangha will not go out begging extra food for them. Understand me? Yeah. I was thinking, would you like to eat 1 meal a day and then we just keep that for sometimes or not? Would you like that? Or some like, some don't? 2 meals is already very little for you, right? Okay, whatever, yes. You practice well, you keep the 5 precepts. That should be sufficient for you to be born in heaven, okay? Maybe you become a god there or not god there. Of course, the pleasure in heaven is 100-fold or 1,000-fold better than here. As long as we liberate it, it's okay, right? And that I promise you. Yes, that you don't be reborn in suffering area anymore unless you want to. Unless you forsake the precepts and don't meditate and really slander the master and the teaching and things like that. Then you have to undergo some time of purification in hell or somewhere like that. But if you just keep the 5 precepts, meditate at home, then you have no problem. No problem to go to heaven and continue to go higher all the time. Understand? Yeah. So it's okay. Eat 2 meals, huh? Yes or no? It's okay, 2 meals? Not too ascetic? Okay, okay.